Before I tell you today's story, I want to ask you something. Do you believe that remembering everything makes you stronger? Do you hold on to every old wound, every faded joy, and every why that was never answered, carrying them like treasures you are afraid to lose? Then stay with me, because today we are going to learn the difference between carrying a map and carrying the mountain itself. I promise you will not regret it. In a land of jagged cliffs and soaring eagles, there lived a climber named Julian. Julian was strong, he was ambitious, but Julian had a peculiar habit. Every time something happened to him, a failed climb, a beautiful sunset, a harsh word from a friend, or a moment of pride, he would pick up a heavy brass bell, etch the memory into the metal, and clip it to his harness. In the beginning, the sound was musical, a light jingle that followed him up the trails. "These are my experiences," he would tell himself. "They remind me of who I am. They give me depth." But years passed, and Julian never unclipped a single bell. His harness, once light and flexible, became a heavy web of metal. The jingle turned into a deafening clang. He began to struggle. Hills that he once sprinted up now left him gasping for air. His knees began to throb, his back began to bend. He told himself, "I am just getting older. Life is naturally heavy." One morning, near the misty summit of the Peak of Peace, Julian met an old woman named Elara. She sat on a simple wooden stool, watching the clouds. She carried nothing, not even a walking stick. Julian collapsed beside her, his hundreds of bells crashing against the rocks with a chaotic noise. Elara looked at him and smiled. "That is a lot of noise for one man to make." Julian panted, "It is the sound of my life, Mother. I have kept every memory so I never forget the lessons I've learned." Elara tilted her head. "Tell me, Julian, do you hear the wind today? Do you hear the eagles?" Julian listened. All he could hear was the faint metallic ringing of his own movements. "No," he whispered, "I only hear the bells." "Then you are not climbing the mountain," Elara said gently. "The mountain is climbing you. You aren't honoring your past, you are being buried by it." Julian looked at his bells. He touched one from a heartbreak 10 years ago. It was cold, it was heavy, it was silent. "But if I let them go," Julian asked, "who will I be?" "You will be the man who can finally reach the top," she replied. "The past is meant to be a teacher that stays behind, not a passenger that rides on your back." That afternoon, Julian did something terrifying. He unclipped a bell, then another. He left the bell of old regret on a ledge. He left the bell of finished joys in a crevice. He didn't throw them away in anger. He placed them down with respect, thanking them for the lesson, and then walked away. By the time he reached the summit, his harness held only 3 small silver bells, the memories that still gave him light rather than weight. For the first time in a decade, Julian stood at the peak and felt the wind on his skin. He was light, he was free, he was finally there. Today's story gives us 3 powerful English words to grow your mind. Encumbered. This means restricted or burdened in such a way that free action or movement is difficult. Julian was encumbered by his bells. Are you encumbered by your old mistakes? Transient. This means lasting only for a short time, impermanent. Moments are transient, They are meant to pass through us, not stay attached to us forever. Liberation. The act of setting someone free from imprisonment or oppression. Putting down the bells was Julian's moment of liberation. The greatest weight we carry isn't the work we do today. It's the weight of the years we refuse to leave behind. You cannot breathe the air of now if your lungs are full of yesterday. What bells are you carrying that no longer need to ring? Put them down, not because they didn't matter, but because you deserve to see the view from the top without gasping for air. If this story helped you find a little more lightness today, share it with someone who is carrying too much. Like this video and subscribe to Aaron Motivational Tales for more stories that build your mindset and your English. See you in the next story. Keep climbing light.